Good day. In today's video, I am going to introduce to you my personal exercise prescriptions for both cardiovascular conditioning and muscular resistance training. And all throughout the video, I will try to explain to you how I came up with these workout plans and why I think this fits my personal conditions. First up, let's begin with my exercise prescription for my cardiovascular conditioning. For the frequency of this workout plan, I chose to do it 3 times a week since I am still a beginner. And for the intensity, I chose to do it in a moderate phase. And given my personal conditions such as my age, my resting heart rate, and my heart rate reserve, I came up with the data that my HR at high interval equals to 165 beats per minute. On the other hand, my HR at low interval equals to 122 beats per minute. Borg rate of perceived exertion, I chose to rate it with 6. And for the time, for the warm-up exercises, I chose to give time of 5 minutes at low interval, stimulus with 25 minutes, and cool down for 3 minutes at low interval. And number of cycles, I chose to perform it only with 1 cycle, and the type of exercise that I will be doing is jogging. Let's move on to my muscular resistance training prescription. First, with my training age, it's 18. And my goal in performing this exercise prescription is to increase my strength. For the volume of this specific prescription, the same with my cardiovascular conditioning, I chose to perform it in a moderate phase. Frequency, same as well. I will have it 3 times a week since I am still a beginner. And for the session or duration of the entire training prescription for my muscular resistance, this will take 80 minutes all in all, including warm-up and cool-down exercises. With my warm-up stretch, I chose to perform the following exercises: arm swings, hip circles, and lunges with a twist. For the duration of these exercises, all of these 3 will take 30 seconds for me to perform, with 2 sets and 1 repetition for each exercise. Now, on to the main exercises for this muscular resistance training prescription. In selecting as to what exercises I should perform in this training prescription, I considered the available equipments and materials in my home. With this, I came up with these 5 exercises, namely hammer curl, goblet squat, bent over row, bench press, and twisting crunch. For the first exercise, which is the hammer curl, I chose to perform it in 3 sets with 8 repetitions and 1 to 2 minutes of rest interval, with a load of 80% per 1 RM and a rating of 4 for its RPE, since this exercise is quite easy for me to perform. Next, to the second exercise on the list, which is the goblet squat, I will perform it in 5 sets with 6 repetitions and a 2 to 3 minute of rest interval, since this exercise is quite difficult for me to perform. This time, I will only use 70%, 1 RM of the load, and I will rate it with a 7 for its RPE. Bent over row, as my third exercise on the list, will be performed in 3 sets with 8 repetitions and a 1 to 2 minute of rest interval. Its load will be 80% 1 RM and a 4-minute rating for its RPE. Proceeding to the bench press, which is my 4th exercise on this training prescription list, this will be performed in 3 sets with 8 repetitions and a rest interval of 1 to 2 minutes using 80% 1 RM load and a rating of 5 will be given for its RPE. Finally, for the twisting crunch, it will be performed in 5 sets with 6 repetitions and a rest interval of 2 to 3 minutes, since this exercise is also quite difficult for me to perform. With this, I will only use 70% 1 RM of its load, and I will give it a rating of 7 for its RPE. Now, to conclude this training prescription for my muscular resistance, for the cooldown stretches, the same with my warm-up stretches, I will use the 3 stretches exercises, namely the arm swings, hip circles, and the lunges with a twist. All of these 3 exercises will be done in 30 seconds with 2 sets and 1 repetition each exercise. And that will be all for my cardiovascular conditioning and my muscular resistance training prescriptions. Thank you for watching. Bye.